Okay, so I made a video saying that I believe that Donald Trump is going to be the next president of the United States. Since I've made that video, I've lost a massive amount of subscribers. So I wanted to make this video, not going back on what I said. I still believe that Donald Trump is going to be the next president of the United States. But it seems that you guys think that I want Trump to be the president of the United States. And that's not the case. I don't want Trump to be the president of the United States. I don't want Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders. I don't really care who becomes the president of the United States. I'm just telling you what I see, the trends that I see happening, who seems to be leading the most likely person to win. To me, from what I know, seems to be Trump. That's what I believe. Okay? And in that means that there's two other people running right now, Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, who I believe are not going to be presidents. And I kind of talked about a little bit of why I don't think they're going to be presidents. But I'm going to go a little bit more detail about Hillary Clinton. Bernie Sanders, I'm not going to get into. He's too old. I have other reasons why I think he's not going to be president. But it seems like the majority of you out there think that at least Hillary has a chance to become president. And she doesn't. And I'm going to explain to you why. First of all, she's a woman. Okay. Probability wise, if you look at all the past presidents, there's been no woman president, right? Okay, so as far as that's concerned, she has virtually 0% chance of becoming president. Now, obviously, she could break that glass ceiling, as she talks about, as President Obama did. There had never been a black president before, right? But there are other factors. It's not just that. It's one, she's a woman president, and we've never had a woman president. So that's against her. Okay? Two, she's old. If she became president, she would be not the oldest president ever, but pretty close. The oldest president ever, I believe, was Ronald Reagan. He got inaugurated when he was 69 years old. Late 69, almost 70. And she would be 69 as well. And so that's pushing the odds too. It's more likely that a younger person will get elected. She's also from the state of Illinois. We've only had one president from Illinois, Ronald Reagan. Again, and so that makes it even more unlikely. The majority of our presidents, I think, come from Virginia, and there's a couple other states where we had a lot of presidents. And so that also makes it unlikely that she'd become president. Another big factor of why she's not going to become president is because her height. The past five or so presidents have hovered around 6 feet in height. We have Hillary Clinton is about 5'7" at the most. Some people say she's about 5'5", 5'7", whatever. We haven't had a president that short, as short as Hillary Clinton, since the 1800s. For whatever reason, Americans tend to vote for people who are taller. In recent history, like I said, the 5 or so last presidents have hovered around 6 feet. And she's not close to that. Since the 1800s, we haven't elected someone who was 5'7" since the 1800s, over 100 years. Okay, now on top of all that, there's a whole thing surrounding the Benghazi scandal, this and that. And regardless, again, of whether you believe it's true or not, there are people who do believe, millions of people who believe that she was involved in that somewhat nefariously and she did something wrong, and they're not going to vote for her. And last but not least, talking about probability and statistics, Hillary Clinton she was the First Lady of the United States. Again, there's been no person in the history of the United States who has been, a first person, a first lady, or a first man who's become the president. And so for that to happen, it'd be an extraordinary thing. Again, go against all kinds of probabilities. So she would basically, in order for her to become president, she would have to break all these barriers, all these glass ceilings, as she said. It's not just a woman thing. The only glass ceiling is not that she's a woman. She's a woman. She's short. She used to be the first lady. She's old. All these glass ceilings, these really high probability things that she would have to break through these glass ceilings in order for her to become president. And the state that she's from, which we only had one person from the state of Illinois who's become president, and she's not going to break through all the 5 glass ceilings to become president. The odds of her doing that are like astronomical. Trump, on the other hand, he fits the mold of our past U.S. presidents almost perfectly. He's an old white guy. He's tall. He's over 6 feet. He would be the oldest person to become president. So that's his only glass ceiling that he would have to break through. But other than that, he is like the perfect candidate as far as judging by, again, the past presidents that we've had. He fits that mold utterly perfectly, and that's why, amongst other reasons, he has, a lot of supporters, and he's pandering to this base of people, who are fed up with a lot of things, all the political stuff. But just based on statistics, presidential statistics, Trump meets it perfectly. Hillary does not. She will never become president, ever.